Let's look at one more video for this section, and that's how to get StatCrunch to show us what the estimated mean for a frequency distribution is. Now, we can't get the exact because we don't have the data. So let's take a look at this. Here we have a frequency distribution. When we look at a frequency distribution, we no longer have the raw data. See, even if I click on this and open it in StatCrunch, this is going to give me the classes over here and then the frequencies, and we don't have the raw data. So what we do is we estimate what the raw data is by using the midpoints of each of our classes. So here, the midpoint between 40 and 44 would be 42. You can do it by, you see that there's a difference of 4. Half of that would be 2, so go up 2 or down 2. Is one way to do it, or you can actually get their mean by adding 40 and 44. That's 80, 84, half of that is 42. So anyway, the middle of this is 42, the middle of this is going to be 47. Here we've got 52, 57, and 62. These are the midpoints of the classes. Now, we would estimate these three that fall between 40 and 44. We're going to use 42 as an estimate for them. So we would get the sum of the f times x's divided by, now we need the sum of the f's. That's the same thing as n. We need to know how many there are, and they didn't tell us how many, so we've got 3 is 10, 20, 27. So n here is 27. So we could write this as the sum of the frequencies, or we could just write it as n. So it's going to be 42 times 3 plus 47 times 7, because we're saying there are 3 numbers that are approximately 42. 7 that are approximately 47, 9 that are close to 52, 7 57s, plus 1 62, and then we're going to divide that by 27. That's going to give us, looks like about 1384 divided by 27, I get 51.2, 0.259, but it'd be 0.3 if we go to nearest tenth. So this is how we calculate the estimated mean for a frequency distribution. You multiply each frequency times the midpoint of that class, divide by the total number in the sample, which is going to be the sum of the frequencies, and there's your estimated mean. But let me show you how to get StatCrunch to do it. I want you to know where the formula comes from. I want you to understand it, but you don't have to do it that way all the time. So, you know, when we're getting our means, we use stat and then summary stats. This time, I'm going to, instead of selecting it as a column, I'm going to say that it is grouped / binned data. A bin is a container you dump stuff in. So a class, a group, a bin, those all mean the same thing. So select the binned data. The bin is in the frequency column. No, sorry, the bin itself is in the low temperature. The counts are the frequencies. The midpoint is defined by the average of the limits. You could also do it by consecutive lower limits, but to get the same thing I got here, we're going to have to average the upper and lower limit. So it's done by the limits. Again, I want to pick out what I want to have here. So the only thing I need here is the mean. Compute. They got precisely the same thing I got on my calculator, just much faster. So it's going to be 51 1/10, 0.3. And it's fantastic. So that's how you can get the estimated average from a frequency table and get StatCrunch to do it for you. Enjoy.